Hi everyone. You know, today the topic I'm going to tell you perhaps is the best one, or you can consider it as the excellent one. And this is nothing but the final journey of Pitamah Bhishma, Mahaprayana. So, when you will uh, read this chapter or you will hear the story, even your goosebumps will come and you will get your goosebumps on your body. Believe me, it was so thrilling and so excellent one. Let me begin the story. You know, as per the instructions of Lord Krishna, Yudhishthir with all his brothers, he was coming to Pitamah Bhishma, who was lying down on the bed of arrows. And every day he was asking him the morals, means the rules, the regulations, the duties of life of a king. And Pitamah Bhishma, as you know, why Krishna asked Yudhishthir to go and ask him, because he knew very well that Bhishma was the best person to give the instructions about the duties of a king and uh, the life of a householder. What should be done for a householder? And yes, you take any topic about moral, about virtue, about warfare, anything, Vedas or any scripture, nobody can go beyond Pitamah Bhishma. He was such an excellent person. Only one thing that he gave his side, he took the side of adharma, because of which he was killed. But somehow he took the side of Duryodhan, but he knew that. And he knew that the work he was doing was not the right one. Only to keep his promise, he gave a word to uh, take care of the Hastinapur throne. So just to keep his promise, his words, that is why he gave his support to Duryodhana. Otherwise, every time he was telling, he was requesting, he was advising Duryodhana to take refuge on Lord Krishna and to make peace with the Pandavas, because he knew that Krishna was no one but the Supreme Soul. And every time he was just praising him, he was worshipping Lord Krishna as the one and only one Supreme God. Even before his death, he praised the glory of Krishna. Anyways, now, as per Lord Krishna's instruction, Yudhishthir got all the knowledge from Pitamah Bhishma. Whatever he required, he asked him, and Bhishma told him everything uh, as per the scriptures. What are the duties of a king, and what is Anusasana, and what is Rajadharma, and what is the duty of a householder, and what not. Everything he got it from Bhishma. Well, now, when at the last time when Yudhishthir, with his brothers, King Dhritarashtra, Gandhari, and all other Kuru fellows, and Lord Krishna, they were standing before Pitamah Bhishma at that time. Suddenly Pitamah Bhishma closed his eyes, and Vasudev, and yes, Pitamah Bhishma was surrounded by all the great rishis all the time, just at the time of his Mahaprayana. It was nearer. Then Bhishma, Vyasadev said, Ki O Ganga Putra, O great sage, O Bhishma, Lord Krishna has bent his head with respect, and he is waiting for your permission, and all the Kuru members, they are standing here. King Yudhishthir with his brothers, Dhritarashtra, Gandhari, Kunti, and other members, all of them are here just waiting for your permission to go to the kingdom, Hastinapur. So after hearing Vyasadev's word, Pitamah Bhishma opened his eyes and very in a deep voice he said, Ki O Yudhishthir, O son, you have already learned everything whatever you asked me, and I know that you are the incarnation of Dharma. You are a virtuous man who can truly rule the kingdom, rule the subjects properly. Now I give you permission to go back your kingdom, and tomorrow I will, the moment the sun will take his northward movement, that time, means when Uttarayana will start, at that time I want to leave my mortal body. He said thus, and Vyasadev said, as Bhishma told them they were there only. So as Bhishma gave them permission, everybody went back to the kingdom. And then very next day, as Pitamah Bhishma told them that next day he is going to leave his mortal body, Yudhishthir collected everything what is required, like the silken clothes, the sandalwood, and then the scents and the beautiful garlands, whatever could be arranged. He arranged everything, and all the Kuru members, Juyusu, Yudhan, and Dhritarashtra, Vidura, Gandhari, Kunti, and all the 5 Pandavas and other members of the Kuru race, they all proceeded to the spot with Lord Krishna where Pitamah Bhishma was lying on the bed of arrows. Now after reaching there, they saw that Bhishma was, that time when they reached there, Pitamah Bhishma had closed his eyes, and as the Narada Muni, Vyasa Muni, Devala, and Asita, and other great sages, they surrounded Pitamah Bhishma and they were waiting when he would open his eyes. Then Vyasadev said, Ki O Ganga Putra, O Shantanu son, the royal sage Bhishma, look, all of them are waiting for you. Then Pitamah Bhishma opened his eyes and said once again, he said, Ki O Yudhishthir, I have nothing more to tell you. You know how to rule your subjects, but still then, before my last journey, I just want to tell you, take care of your subjects and respect to the Brahmins, to your elders, and always do the sacrifices and charity, and also you will look after your subjects with full of attention. Never neglect them at any cost, and give them gifts as much as you can, because they need your support. You have to do all these things. You are a religious person and you know everything. So, oh Yudhishthir, nothing more I have to tell you. And at least your subjects must be protected at any cost. Then he looked at Dhritarashtra. He said, Ki O son, O Dhritarashtra, now you know that Pandu is not there, and morally all the 5 Pandavas are exactly like your son as Duryodhan. So, O Dhritarashtra, do not lament for the death of your sons, because anybody's death is already predestined. They were destined to die in the battlefield. That too, they have taken a Kshatriya death. So many times I requested Duryodhan to follow the path of Dharma and to take refuge on Lord Krishna, who was the creator. But he never listened to me. And because of his stubbornness and arrogance, he even killed himself in the battlefield. So, O Dhritarashtra, do not lament for anyone and think that the sons of Pandus are your sons only. Give them love and rule the kingdom with dharma, following the path of dharma. He just consoled Dhritarashtra. Then he looked at Lord Krishna. Then Pitamah Bhishma said, "O Krishna, what will I tell you? You are the beginning, you are the end. You are everywhere and you know everything. You are Dharma and you are the Supreme Soul. O Lord, whatever you want, no one can change it. You are the destiny of each and every person. So, O Lord, just I very humbly I am asking you your permission so that I will go. I will leave my mortal body. 58 nights I have already stretched myself in this bed of arrows. O Lord, now bless me and give me that salvation, and with your permission, I will leave my body." As he told again and again, as you know, Krishna loved Bhishma very much. Then, after after he praised the glory of Krishna, Vasudev, means Lord Krishna, said, "Ki, O Bhishma, O son of Ganga, do not feel do not fill your heart with grief. You are the worthiest person in this Kuru race, and you are unbeatable. Who says that you are killed by Sikhandi? Nobody can defeat you, nobody can kill you. And O Bhishma, you are already, you didn't do any sin. You did your duty. You are completely devoted to the Rajadharma, and your true devotion to your father is nobody can say about, can challenge about it. So Bhishma, you will get, you know very well that you are one among the Vasus. Because of the course of Rishi Vasishtha, you had taken your birth. So you will go back to your own abode with my blessing. Nothing, no wrong will be with you. No sin will be with you. Thus, Lord Krishna blessed Pitamah Bhishma. Then, you know, at that time, as I told you, all the rishis, they surrounded Pitamah Bhishma. They stood there, every single person, they are looking with their hearts filled with sorrow, because that was the Mahaprayana of Pitamah Bhishma. Now suddenly they saw that Bhishma restrained his vital breath. He closed his eyes, and as Uttarayana started, he closed his eyes and controlled, restrained his vital air, and everybody saw that that vital inside his body was rising up. As he restrained it, gradually it went up, and then it went up through his crown and shot to the sky like a meteor, and then vanished. And at that time, the beautiful music began from the sky with the showering of the fragrant flowers. And the Gandharvas, Apsaras, and all the devas, they just started saying the glory of Pitamah Bhishma with that beautiful music. And before going, the vital air left his body. Suddenly, everybody saw that his total body was arrowless, and there was no injury. And this scene particularly was one uh, wonderful scene for everyone. It was a miracle. The person who was lying down there with the bed of arrows, his total body became arrowless and injuryless. Means there was no injury at all. And at last, Pitamah Bhishma got back his own abode. And then these twin brothers, they started to, mane Yudhishthir, Bhimsen, Arjun, and Nakul and Sahadev, they all started to arrange his last funeral pyre. And Dhritarashtra and Yudhishthir stood, they wrapped him on a silken cloth and they arranged the sandalwood. Then also then the scents were spread over his body, and Dhritarashtra and Yudhishthir, they stood near his feet on the right side, and Bhimsen and Arjun, they were doing something on their head part. Nakul and Sahadev, they were started fanning him. Like this one, the last moment of Pitamah Bhishma, and all of them just engaged themselves to do the last arrangement of their grandfather. So ultimately, Pitamah Bhishma's, the last journey was finished. And then they all went to, including Lord Krishna, they all went to Bhagirathi to take their bath and to offer water. At that time, they heard that when they offered their oblation, at that time, a lady crying bitterly came out from the water. That was no one but Ganga. She was crying and said, "Who is there in this earth who could kill my son? How my son was killed by Sikhandi? My son is unbeatable. Nobody can kill him." Then again he said, how my son was killed by Sikhandi? Is it Sikhandi who killed my son? My son was virtuous, my son was the follower of Dharma, he was a righteous prince, and how my son was killed? Why? While she was crying, that time Lord Krishna told her, O mother, O goddess, do not lament and do not say that Bhishma was killed by Sikhandi. Who told you that Bhishma was killed by Sikhandi? He was killed by Arjun, and Sikhandi was just a human shield. Bhishma cannot be killed by Sikhandi. Bhishma cannot be killed by anyone. No one in this earth was there who could kill your son Bhishma. He was a celestial person. He was your son. He cannot be killed. And yes, after that, he even said that, "O mother, you know that he was one among the 8 Vasus. Because of the curse he came to earth. So you should not cry, lament for him, and he got the salvation. He got my blessing, so do not worry." After pacifying Ganga, all of them took their bath, and they at last they came back to Hastinapur, and King Yudhishthir ruled his kingdom as per the instruction given by Bhishma. That's it. This much is the story, but truly There is no one who could be equal with Bhishma. Even Parshunam couldn't defeat him. And till a bow and arrow is on his hand, then forget anyone. Nobody can defeat. Yes, if you think about Lord Krishna, don't think, because Krishna was the supreme soul. So nobody can be compared with Lord Krishna. Thank you so much. Once again, I will meet you with another topic. Till then, thanks again. And yes, if you have time, please visit my site, dogalpa.com. Thank you.